everybody, a long time no see. I don't know where I've been, but I haven't been making videos. Since the last time you saw me, I turned 23. Pretty much the way I celebrated my birthday was by having pizza. I ended up going to a team meeting in Philippi, which apparently was a big deal Civil War city. I've also been volunteering on the weekends, so that's been taking up a lot of my time. I've been putting in a little bit more hours at the site that I work at, and then I had to do a spring service project that I did at the local library as well. So all of this has been taking up my time. And then last weekend my boyfriend and his family came to visit me. It was like a 4 or 5 day excursion. We did lots of interesting things, like we saw the Laurel Caverns, which are the longest caves in Pennsylvania. It was cool to go inside and see what the inside of a cave looks like, because I don't think I've ever been inside of a cave. Getting to know the culture here a little bit better and relaxing. But I am back and I'm here today to talk a little bit about the comics and graphic novels that I've been reading lately. So I read Scott Pilgrim Volume 2, and this I was really excited for because I really enjoyed Volume 1 and I laughed a lot reading Volume 1 of Scott Pilgrim. But when I came to Volume 2, I don't know what it is with me and comics that have many volumes, but I just didn't feel as excited about it as I was reading the second volume, and this kind of reminded me of how I felt reading the second volume of Sailor Moon as well. I feel like I'm just maybe not good when it comes to series, because I feel like I have all these ideas about how I should continue going and it never really goes the way I want it to. I wanted to see more character interaction between the ex-boyfriends of Ramona, and also the problems that Scott was going through with these two girls in his life, and I just didn't feel like went into any of that in as much of an entertaining way. I had Volume 3 on me as well, and I ended up just returning it to the library because it was due, and I didn't, push myself to read it. So again, like with Sailor Moon, I don't know if I'm going to continue right now. I'm going to take a little bit of a break from it and see if I'll get back to it. I also read Wytches Volume 1, and this is supposed to be a scary graphic novel. I wanted to read something kind of spooky, and it honestly just felt like I was just reading random things. Like I couldn't really connect as to what is going on, why are they acting this way, what happened in the past. They kept giving us flashbacks and present days, and it just didn't work for me. There's kind of this main focus on the daughter and father relationship in the book. I just wish they had given more time to the father and daughter, talking more about their problems before they came to this present day. Why are they so scared of all these monsters, and why do they feel like they can't escape them? While the drawings were different look for graphic novels, lots of just splattering of color, which I've never really seen before, but it didn't add to the scariness of the monster. I do wish we had learned a little bit more about how these monsters do operate. So I really did not enjoy this one, and I think the majority came from the way that the characters were written and the dialogue between these characters. It didn't really develop them at all. A little bit ago, I also read the Outlander graphic novel, The Exile, which is written in Jamie's perspective. So it goes through basically what happened in the first book, and you get it from Jamie's eyes. Considering that Outlander is 850-some pages, the fact that they tried to condense this in such a way with this art into maybe less than 120 pages, I was very confused when I was reading it, and they tried to incorporate things that weren't really spoken about in the Outlander novel, so they tried to bring something new to it as well that really confused me. I didn't understand how he was related to Jamie, and it just added more to the confusion than it did bring something new to the story. It was very interesting to hear Jamie's thoughts. So when we read Outlander, the majority of the information that we get is from Claire. So that made the Outlander graphic novel experience good enough for me, but I just was very confused reading it when I couldn't place them specifically in the scenes that I remembered from the first book. And I also thought they did something interesting and different with Galis Duncan. I enjoyed seeing more of her because when I watched the TV show, I wanted to go to the book to read more about Galis, but I didn't get as much as I really believed that I would have, considering it's such a big book. So because of that, I was really happy about seeing a lot of Galis in this graphic novel form of it and seeing more of her take and her ideas. I'm always for more Galis, so I'm not complaining at all. But yes, random people brought into this graphic novel that weren't really in the Outlander first novel confused me. For that reason, I didn't give it as high of a rating as I would have wanted to. But the art was really pretty, and I enjoyed seeing Jamie and Claire drawn in that kind of form. If you enjoy Outlander and you haven't given the graphic novel a shot, then I do think that you should, just to have more of the world. And last but not least, I read The Killing Joke, and this is a Batman graphic novel, and it's one of the most well-known ones. It was published in the 80s. This was one that my boyfriend read recently, and then I bought it for him for his birthday present, and we read it together. He's a very big Batman fan. I've never really been that much into Batman as a lot of people that I know are into Batman. I enjoy the movies, but I'm not like a crazy Batman fan. If you ask me my favorite superhero, I probably won't say Batman. But it was interesting to see the backstory of the Joker, and I think the majority of it was to kind of see the similarities between Batman and the Joker, and it was just an incredibly well-written graphic novel, which goes great in comparison to the writing that I saw in Wytches. I felt like every single word that the author used was the perfect word for what he was trying to convey to us. The connections between, you know, the past, because there's flashbacks in it, to the present, the connections between the panels were also really good. I've always liked when there's kind of some parallel when they go from past to present day. Just hearing the backstory of the Joker, why is he the way that he is, and who was he before he became the Joker, opened my eyes so much more. I was able to get a better idea of who the Joker really is, and why he is so bad, and why is he so insane. So I do really recommend The Killing Joke. This made me want to read more Batman comics and graphic novels, so that kind of tells you like that's some good writing and some good art. It's a little bit gory, but I think it's a really great volume, and I do recommend it. So those are some of the things that I have been reading recently that are more graphic novel slash comic related. If I'm being honest, I haven't really read a novel in probably a week. And before that, I probably read another novel in like 15 days. So it's been a slow ride these past few weeks because of all the random things that I told you about in the beginning of the video that I've been doing. After I put this video up, I really want to get back into my reading, finish the book that I'm reading right now, which is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I've been reading it for literally almost a month. What's wrong with me? And then get back into more reading. So I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching this one, and bye-bye!